for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
All right, what a show we got for you today. Thanks for being with us, PJ Show, on this Thursday. Our final show of the week will be preempted by baseball tomorrow. You can hear that beginning at 4:15 here on 94.3 The Game. Pilk, are you going to do a little bridge, a little 4 to 4:15, or are you just going to let it jip?
I think we're going to let it jip. We do have a bridge show on WTIB on Sunday before basketball. We do have that.
Okay.
But we didn't want to record a bridge in case the first game runs long or something. And then, you never know with these things.
These things I don't have to worry about because tomorrow, and really for the next several days, really the majority of the next 2 weeks, I will be, as you know, Pilk, a major TV star because that is what I am, a major television star. And so tomorrow, I am calling baseball at the Great Mike Mullis on ESPN Plus. 4:30 is the first pitch. What you're talking about makes sense on the radio side. I'm glad you mentioned basketball on WTIB. So, obviously, baseball all 3 days on 94.3 The Game. Men's basketball is playing at home on Sunday against Memphis. Memphis plays later on tonight. And we'll have that for you at 2 p.m. That's the tip. 1:30 airtime on Talk 103.7 WTIB, our sister station. You can also still listen to it on the IBX Media app. We have the Sunday Beach Music programming that is not preemptible. So we will have basketball for you on WTIB 100,000-watt talk station in the East. And then, Pilk, I guess 1 o'clock with the bridge show. Is that right on that day?
That'd be correct.
Okay. Are you hosting?
Yeah, I think as of now it's just me. So give a rundown of what ECU needs to do to make the conference tournament in men's basketball. There'll be a full slate of games in the American that day. No games on Saturday. So preview those, and then I'll probably talk a little bit about the LeClaire Classic. There
you go. We also, I'll be on TV Sunday on ESPN Plus for ECU in Memphis. Saturday, I'll be on the ACC Network Extra. I'm going to Duke. It'll be Northwestern and Duke in softball. Speaking of the Duke Blue Devils in softball, they got beat earlier this week in what was an absolutely fantastic game in Durham. First home game for the Blue Devils. They play this tough schedule. They're a top 20 program, a program that's been to the regionals 5, 6, 7 years in a row, whatever it is. And our Pirates went in there and knocked them off. Head coach of ECU softball is Shane Winkler, and he joins us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. What a win, Coach. That was an exciting game, and I know you're focused in and getting ready for the battle at the Max that starts tomorrow. ECU softball will be at home all weekend. We'll run through some of that, but, man, what a victory for the team.
Yeah, no, that's such a great way to start off the week. I mean, we've had a couple pretty good winning weekends the past 2 weekends, and then to kick off this week and our final non-conference weekend coming up. I mean, it's a great win for our team, great win for the program. I mean, that helps in a lot of different ways. Recruiting, just building confidence as we head into the final non-con and then getting ready for conference play in a week and a half. So, no, I'm really proud of the girls. It really put together a complete team win.
Tomorrow, the Pirates will be playing at 3 o'clock against St. John's, and then they'll take on Ryder immediately following that, approximately 5:30. More with St. John's Saturday at 12:30, Ryder again at 3, and then Campbell Sunday at 1, all part of this stellar battle at the Max. And it'll be all streamed. The ECU games will all weekend on ESPN, or rather ECUPirates.com. Sorry, ECUPirates.com. All right, let's get back to the game. Perhaps the biggest win of, certainly the biggest win of the season, and if not the biggest, maybe one of the biggest wins of your time at ECU.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few ranked wins during our time. I mean, a couple in conference, a couple out of conference ranked wins, but anytime you get a ranked opponent that, like Duke, like you said, they're in regionals every year, super regionals, and recently made a College World Series appearance. Anytime you can knock them off And really, what is a big game for them as a home opener? It's a big deal. And I mean, anyone looking at softball, I mean, it's not like baseball where you got to save your arms for the weekend. You got your weekend arms. In softball, you're throwing your pitching staff. They got 4 pitchers. We got 4 pitchers. You're seeing their best during a midweek. So to get a win like that kind of sets the tone for this weekend, but really sets the tone for what we're capable of doing the rest of the season.
You fall behind at Duke, and that's a place where it doesn't matter the time of day, time of year. It seems like the ball just flies out of the park. And Duke takes the 2-0 lead at the bottom of the first. And the pitcher, Rainford, I was amazed because she didn't panic. She kind of stuck to her game plan and was outstanding. When you look at that, Shane, it was not only much needed because of where the pitching staff is after these multi-team events for 3 straight weekends, but to have her go out there and give you this tremendous performance, Sydney Rainford, that had to be something that you were really, really happy about.
Yeah, beyond proud of her. I mean, that's a freshman going out and starting against a top 20 opponent, and everyone knows it's a big deal. You got so many she's from out of state, but you got so many in-state kids that this game means so much to them. So when you get a freshman coming out there, that she falls behind, giving up a home run in the first. And when we put together a pitching plan before the game, we knew, obviously, Rainford was going to start. We knew we wanted one time through the lineup. And then once we got one time through, it was going to be, let's check situation. Let's see how she's doing. And by the time they got through one time in the order, we tied the game up with Anna Sori hitting a big one. And so once we did that, it was every inning was, all right, let's run her back out there. If we get into trouble, we have the ability to make a change. And she didn't walk anybody all game. We didn't have any errors, so there wasn't a lot of traffic on bases. So she did an outstanding job. And what would have been a 3 or 4 inning outing turned into a 7 inning complete game for a freshman, like I said, against a top 20 opponent. That should give her a ton of confidence moving forward this year. But knowing that she can be a big game pitcher for us for the next 3.5 years.
You know, what's interesting, Shane, is you guys not only saw Rainford go, and she mixes her pitches beautifully when she's on, but, I mean, she hit mid-60s, which, I mean, is not a bad number for a freshman at all. And if she could consistently kind of hit that 64, 65, maybe tick it up a hair more, that makes that off-speed stuff so much more devastating.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're comparing to baseball, if you're 64, 65 like she was, that's like a baseball pitcher being that 92, 93 range. So enough velocity that a hitter has to gear up for you a little bit, but her best pitches are changeup. So when she's able to do that, her 63 to 65 starts looking like a 66, 67. Like we have Julia Apostolakos on our staff, who's kind of been our number one to this point in the year. She can rush it up there at 67, 68. So when Sydney does a great job of mixing the changeup, it makes her hard stuff look that velocity, and that's what kept the Duke hitters off balance for 7 innings, and that's going to be her recipe for success moving forward during the rest of the season is, being able to pinpoint her hard pitches, but keeping hitters off balance. If she does that, she can go through a lineup 2 or 3 times, and like the Duke lineup, she can start seeing hitters for a 4th time, and they still can't figure out the puzzle.
Shane Winkler's ECU's head football coach. Lexi Hanley is your pitching coach. She had a storied career.
I'm head softball coach. We'll cut you off. We don't want to take any credit away from the man, from Blake Harrell, but yeah, head softball.
Did I say football? Pilk, did I say football?
You did.
We did get football. I mean, no, monetarily, I would have taken that route ways back, but we're happy. We're happy with the role I got.
Yeah, Shane, you should have coached some of that. If you'd coach football or basketball, Shane, you'd be on Easy Street. You're already on Easy Street in a lot of ways, but you'd really be on Easy Street. Say that again.
Be a TV star like Patrick Johnson if I was.
Oh, yes. Well, that's true. You could. Yes, you could always get out and be a star in the media. Shane Winkler is the ECU softball coach. I can't believe I did that, Pilk. So, Shano, let me ask you a little bit about Lexi Hanley. I was going to ask you about her.
Yeah.
great pitcher at Ohio State. Was she at Auburn before? Is that where she was?
Yeah, she was at Auburn for a little bit.
Right.
At the time at Akron. Yeah, her big success was finishing up her career at Ohio State, taking them to the postseason for the first time in a while.
So it's her second year. How do you feel like that because, I mean, obviously a fantastic player, played professionally overseas. I mean, a real talented performer. How has she progressed on your staff from year one to year two?
She's doing a great job. I mean, we've got a young staff now with not a ton of experience. You got Taylor Apple, who has the most experience, and she continues to grow as a pitcher. But then with the young pitchers that we brought in with the three newbies, Lexi's done a great job just making them comfortable for one. Obviously, when you transfer into a program like Abby Hune, Julia Apostolakos, you're getting comfortable with somebody new because you've had one way of doing things at another college program, and they left their programs because they were unhappy. So they love the relationship aspect, and Lexi Hanley does a great job with that. You get a freshman pitcher coming in that already starting to look like an upperclassman because of kind of the tutelage by Lexi. So she's done an outstanding job. So we're just starting to scratch the surface on what she's building with our staff. Again, it's a smaller staff than we've had in the past. We've usually been 5 or 6 pitchers. But the way she's been able to utilize the 4 that we have and add pitches on and being able to add and subtract velocity on their pitches, I mean, she's doing an outstanding job.
Hey, Shane, let's talk a little bit about offensively from the Duke win the other night. Anna Sawyer is from North Carolina. As I understand it, Anna was very familiar with Coach Young at Duke from the standpoint of I think there was some interest maybe earlier on in Anna's lifetime to go to Duke. She decides to go to East Carolina, and I think it's been a great fit for her and for the program. But she played with the daughters of Coach Young, who are 2 tremendous athletes as well. Coach Young's kids are great athletes. She's got a couple of softball playing daughters. So for Anna to go there, hit a 2-run homer, get a double, that essentially got the game-winning run into scoring or into third base, actually. Huge day for Anna Sawyer, and it's just been part of what has been a really stellar senior campaign.
Yeah, and she's off to such an outstanding start. And the nice thing going into Duke and facing the pitching that we did from them, she hit the ball with authority on Tuesday with the 2-run home run, the big double that set us up to go ahead in the 7th. I mean, she was awesome. Kanisha Anderson hitting ahead of her, had 2 hits, 2 runs scored. So those 2 at the top of the lineup really set the stage for our offense. Jenna Kroll with the sac flies, so she did a great job. But we're having to pick up some slack for Sarah Stone, who's probably our best all-around offensive player, being out because of injury. And when you get Anna Sawyer, who's the leader of our team, stepping up in a big game like that and kind of taking the offense on her back, I mean, we know that she's capable of doing that. And the big thing with Anna, she loves this program so much, and she wants the pressure on her. And like any hitter, we can look at it and we say, I don't care what you hit, I care when you hit it. And her wins were in 2 really big moments, and that's the type of player she is.
Shane, you got a lot of production at the top of the lineup against Duke, and I think that's going to be a real key for your team the rest of the way. Jenna Kroll has stepped in for Stone behind the plate, but also drove in the winning run the other night on a sac fly. You got to be happy with the way that that sort of turned out. And Kroll, who went through a freshman year where there weren't a lot of opportunities, not because she's not a talented player, but just because she had so much productive experience ahead of her. She's stuck it out, and it's paying dividends right now.
Yeah, and big credit to her, because in this day and age with the transfer portal, and you see how many players we bring in the portal, a freshman that, especially when they're highly recruited like Jenna Kroll was, she was a top 25 athlete in the country. Those players, if they don't get 100 at-bats their freshman year, they're bolting. She stuck in. She believed in what she would do for us. We had a great conversation when the season ended, and she worked. She's in the cage every single day working on what she's doing. And the thing is, she's off to a great start, and we're still going to make a couple adjustments where the power numbers are going to continue to go up by the end of the year. We got a couple adjustments that we're continuing to work on. That's kind of work in progress. That here this first half of the season, that's going to pay dividends as we get into conference play. But we've got a couple players on our roster like that have stuck with us, or either some newbies that came in that we're still making adjustments. And where we're at offensively, we're going to continue to grow over the coming weeks.
Pilk, did you play baseball or not?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Were you a home run hitter?
No.
Do you think you could hit a home run at the max?
Not with Shane's pitching girls. Hell no. I mean, if somebody's out there throwing me BP, yeah, I could hit a BP.
Shane, could we get one of your pitchers, or maybe even Lexi Hanley, to pitch to Pilk? He's got 10 tries to hit it over the fence. Can we arrange that at some point?
It's a big ask. From someone that hasn't seen it from the softball side, we can bring over a lot of baseball players, and I've had that opportunity to coach in the pro league, getting to play against some professional baseball players with our softball pitchers. It isn't easy. It's coming from a completely different angle. So we welcome the challenge. We'll throw that on air and get some viewers as well. So Pilk or anyone else that wants to stand in there, it's a good time.
Look, I will happily let it be videoed on the 94.3 socials page for content, but it is going to be horrific. I don't even know if I'm going to make contact on 10 strikes with a softball. I haven't played baseball in a while, much less ever hit one of that. I mean, I can hit a slow pitch softball.
Yeah,
we need to figure out something and do that, and do a little, rev share fundraiser deal or NIL deal
absolutely
for softball.
Like I said,
I think
the pro league.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the pro league, we did a battle of the sexes with our softball team, and had a minor league baseball team that we played against. I'm all for it. If we can get big man Cliff Godwin and the guys over there, maybe in the fall, it would. We can do it on the baseball field the way we played it before. We'd put 5,000 in the seats for that one.
Well, and then here's the thing, if you do the game, you're right. You could put 5,000 seats, make money that way. But kind of what Patrick was saying with the NIL for softball, I say we show up and let people, you pay $10, you get 10 pitches, and see if you can hit it out and raise some money.
$10 a pitch, 100 bones, lay down 100 bones, see if you can knock it out.
There we go.
You get to keep, and if somebody hits it out, they get their money back. How about that?
Okay,
I think that's great. That's great. That's the way to go.
We'll get it going. I'm all for it.
We're going to make this happen. Pilk, let's work on this. All right. The great Shane Winkler with us here. Hey, Shane, give us a quick primer for the first ever Battle at the Max, the opponents coming in.
Yeah, Battle at the Max. So, one, just a shout-out to Max Joyner and his family. Obviously, have naming rights to our stadium. They do a lot for our program, but it's going to be a good tournament. We got St. John's is probably the best team in the Big East coming in. They're off to a great start this season. Ryder's always a really tough team. We get them twice, and then Campbell, another in-state opponent that's playing really well. So softball tournaments, it's 5 games. It's a lot of action throughout the weekend, a lot of opportunities to see our girls play the last non-conference weekend at home. But it's a lot for our pitchers through 5 games, and it's an opportunity for our hitters to really get on a roll before we prepare for Wichita State and conference play next week.
Hey, Shane, thanks a lot. Great to have you on with us. It was a joy to watch the Pirates win the other night against a really good Duke program, and I hope this is a victory that can really buoy the team to some great heights this year.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I appreciate you guys, and like we told the girls, that's just the beginning. So it's a good foundation for where we're heading with this program.
Awesome to have Shane Winkler, one of our favorites on the program. Stay tuned. We'll talk Pirate basketball's win last night on the road at UTSA, and the great TJ Long, our good friend, will be in studio with us.
Listen up. He's talking now.
Sorry, thought we were vibing.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Well, one of our other favorite guests and friends of the show is the great TJ Long, who joined us in studio here. Big weekend for the ECU Letterman. TJ spearheads that, so we're going to talk about that. He joins Pilk and myself here on this segment of our show. Big win for Pirate basketball last night. We'll get all into it. TJ!
Yes, sir.
Great to see you, brother. How
Great
are
to
you?
be here. I'm doing very well. Hope you are.
Yeah, man, what an exciting win last night. I kind of had a feeling that East Carolina was going to get UTSA's best shot, and of course they did. And Pirates took advantage, maybe a phantom foul call on a 3-point shot, but ECU's been on the wrong end of that. But you got to give Dimitri Gardner credit to step up and shot all 3 free throws like he was a young TJ Long, and it was just amazing. All net, and one of them, in fact, he shot out of a timeout. But they were all net, and I love this addition. He also had a key block on a 3 late, so he's done some things that have really helped. It woulda, coulda, shoulda, but if had he been with the team the whole year, that kind of makes you wonder. All right, boy, this might have worked out a little differently. I'm not saying ECU would have been in the top 3 or 4 of the league, but certainly they'd have been in a position where they were emerging as a dangerous team. And, again, let's not get all crazy. It's UTSA. There's a great chance, the odds are, we're not going to make the conference tournament. But I'll say this. Coach Swartz's teams do improve as they go along in the course of the season.
They do.
His guys you can never question how hard his teams play. They've played hard every year. I cannot recall a game in January or February where it's a tough time of year to play, as you know, where the guys just don't put out maximum effort.
Yeah, they play really hard. I remember seeing several plays over the last couple of games where the ball was going out of bounds, somebody dives and tips it back inbounds, and we end up, gaining possession of the ball. And the player, I know it was Dimitri one time, I think Mbing one time, and somebody else, where the ball finds them right back and they knock down a 3-pointer or hit a big shot for us. So his teams continue to play hard for sure. And Dimitri has done a really good job of coming in and taking a little scoring pressure off of Jordan, who's having a phenomenal year. But that addition to somebody who can get his own shot and create for himself has really helped the Pirates.
Jordan Riley. I mean, dude's a stud. And he almost had another one last night late in the game. He almost rammed it down on the big redheaded fella for Wichita State, which would have been the play of the day. SportsCenter top 10. He had one last night. Didn't get the dunk because they pushed him right in the chest. But, he leaped over these 2 guys and was about to cram it down their nose.
Yeah, he's really explosive. He's having a great year. I've been a big fan of Jordan since he got here. I like his game. He doesn't shoot a lot of 3-pointers, or he's been working on that to get better at his 3-point shooting. But his mid-range game is unbelievable. And yeah, I think the Wichita State kid was like 7 feet or 7'1", and he almost elevated over him.
Jumps like a young TJ Long. So not only did Meach shoot like a young TJ Long, but I understand Jordan Riley jumps like a young TJ.
It's funny, PJ, that you bring it up. I had not realized it that one time in a group chat, as TJ mentioned, I was probably producing, another show or something. He had sent us his highlight reel, and I'm sitting here watching his highlight reel, and hey, look, TJ can finish at the rim as well. I'm watching some finishes at the rim. It's not just all via the long ball.
The problem is that the problem is it's only like 1 minute long, and that's all of them.
Yeah, well, hey.
And I don't know if you know this. On that particular occasion, they lowered the rim to 8 feet. So
Ah.
that's how he was able to finish at. Yeah, that's what happened. It was one of those deals. No, you could dunk, couldn't you, TJ? You dunked in high school, didn't you?
I could squeak one in every once in a while on a good day. The wind was right.
I got you.
I wish.
Yeah.
Great TJ, one of our faves here.
I will say I did have the highest vertical jump on the team.
Really?
Yep.
To be able to dunk, how tall are you, TJ? 5'10", 5'11"?
5'10".
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but they put us in there on. They put us in there on the. We were in the Ward Sports Medicine building, the weight room back then, and they had the machine, whatever contraption where you jump up and hit the levels, and we had to go off of 2 feet. They wanted us to just jump off of 2 feet so you didn't get that half step. And, yeah, I think mine was somewhere around 34.
Oh, God.
I knew he could shoot. I didn't know he had the bunnies as well. I like it.
There's no stopping TJ Long.
I just started from a half foot short of where everybody else started from.
TJ, what was your listed height? What did they list you as?
Well, 5'10" in the program. When I would get questionnaires sometimes from colleges and stuff, I would put down 5'11", something like that, because try to help yourself out and stuff extra. Wear 2 pairs of socks and stuff like that when you went to meet coaches and stuff. But I was listed at 5'10". I was 5'10".
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes the listed height. I would lie about my height in a heartbeat. So that's that's the deal. But that's part of it. Yeah, you lie about your height. All right. Well, TJ, look, you've done a fantastic job the last few years of spearheading Letters Winner Weekend. There we go. Letters Winner Weekend. At least I haven't called TJ the football coach like I did Shane Winkler. And to be quite honest, this needed some spearheading. It kind of slipped through the cracks, frankly, in some recent times, and in an effort to get this to be what it should be, guys that played in this program to come back and have a weekend to reminisce and support the program, kind of see where things are, relive great memories, have a great time. This is something you've really, really worked hard. And I know there's some others you've gotten on board within the athletic department, but a lot of this is what you have done. And so it's this weekend. There's a whole kind of series of events which culminate with the guys going to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, it's it's something I've really enjoyed doing. I enjoy reaching out and making connections with people, and I've gotten to know players who played 10 years after me and 10 years before me, and then of course my teammates. And I think as coaching staffs come and go, a lot of the connections to the program go with them, unfortunately. And so there wasn't a big database of basketball letter winners that the Pirate Club had. And so I'm on a text group. I think there's 17 or 18 of us that somebody sends out a Bible verse or something every morning. And I think that my database that I had on that one text chain was probably twice as big as what ECU had. And so I saw a need there and wanted to do something about it. And to their credit, I was able to meet with Ryan Robinson, and he's been very receptive of things that I've asked for and asked for him to do. And in going through that, I've learned that sometimes different coaching staffs handle the letter winners different ways. Sometimes there's a coach they have on staff that does it. Sometimes it's more led by the basketball team itself than the Pirate Club, alumni group or administration. And so anyway, I just saw some holes in there and wanted to step in and fill them.
Well, I think it's great that you've done that. I really do. And I think what's interesting is there are guys kind of from the era after yours that are in my era that have come back. Raphael Edwards was one of them. And just getting people involved, it's something, I think as basketball hopefully evolves into the direction that I know the three of us wanted to evolve in. We'll have the great Cy Seymour in there for the four of us, and I think many others. It's multifaceted. It's not just one thing that has to improve. It's a lot of areas that have to make strides, and one of them is alumni. And I think if you have your alumni engaged, that helps because that allows you to show that there were some pretty good players that played in this program. There's guys that still love ECU and still love basketball, and to have them involved is such a big thing. And this did kind of start maybe with a few years ago, TJ, with the reunion of you guys on the anniversary. I think it was maybe the 20th anniversary, something like that, 25th anniversary of the NCAA tournament, and kind of from there is where this thing has grown. That's
right. Yeah. When Coach Dooley was here, Lester went into the Hall of Fame. I can't quite remember what year that was, but anyway, a lot of the guys came back for that. And see Lester and Coach Payne, who I played for, Coach Dooley was the assistant. They came back, and that was really great to see them. Of course, Coach Payne has passed away, and so it was good to see him again after 25 years or so. And our team has been a real close-knit group. We get together, guys come into town for football games, and we do things. And, maybe it was that NCAA tournament that did it. But guys genuinely like being around each other. And, I've made lifelong friends. I just turned 52. I had a birthday in early February. And, I got a bunch of text messages from my teammates. I got Ike and Lester called, and just really made my day, made it really special. And so it's a special bond that we have between us.
It was 2018. I just looked it up. Was the year that Lester went in?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that was 25 years. I think that was
That's right.
The 25th anniversary of the NCAA tournament team, or 35th. One of Pilk, do the math. You're Mr. Math guy.
Yes, it would have been 25.
It was 25th. It was 1993 season.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pilk. But Pilk snarkily saying, "Yeah, I was 25." Mr. Numbers there. But if you need Pilk to spell out something for you, it's going to be written in hieroglyphics. So that's, you can't expect. You can't. Don't get snarky with me, Pilk.
If there was a last place trophy at the spelling bee, I would have just my wall decorated in last place trophies.
And I would get last place in the math bee. So if there's such a thing. So because I am dreadful at it, always have been. All right, TJ Long with us here. Real quick, for a little education out there, TJ, how bad of a man was Lester Lyons?
Oh, he was tough. I played against Lester in high school. I'm from Elizabeth City, and he went to Bertie High School. And I think every game he played against us, he scored. I know he had 42 one game. He's a couple years older than I am, so I didn't have to guard him. I was on the JV team my freshman year, and then my sophomore year I was on both. I played a few games on the JV team, and then came up and played some varsity about the time Lester was moving on. But yeah, he was really tough. He had a killer instinct. He was super athletic. He's number 1, 2, 3, or 4 on just about every list that we have. I was joking with him the other day. We were talking, and he was a 17 points per game scorer, 37% three-point shooter. I said, Lester, how much money would you be worth today? And he got 2 pairs of shoes and a practice jersey for his days with us. I mean, he would be a $600,000 or $700,000 player, I believe, in today's cycle.
We'd have a hard time keeping him.
Oh yeah. I mean, he stayed close to home. He's very close with his family, with his mother. She went to every game that we played. And she's in the Hall of Fame where she went at I think North Carolina A&T, and she's in the Hall of Fame in like 3 sports in college.
Did she coach ball? Did she coach basketball?
Yeah. She coached basketball, and she was a softball, volleyball player. And so Lester chose ECU. That would be the easiest place that his mother could come see him play, and she would sit right behind her bench, and she would be the loudest one in the gym, encouraging us to play defense because she coached and knew how to do it, and tell us to bend our knees and box out and everything else. It was a lot of fun. She's a special lady.
Yeah. That's really cool. I tell you what, why don't we hit a break? We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about ECU in Memphis. We'll talk some more college ball. We'll remind everybody about what's going on this weekend. There's some things going on that maybe folks can participate in, and they'll see the guys that are coming back for Letter Winners Weekend in hoops. ECU won in baseball yesterday, 8-7, up 7-2. Charleston got back in it, and then put it away in the 8th inning, and Sean Jenkins locks it down. And then we have ECU women's basketball losing 88-80 in double overtime. Tough loss for them. All right, Pilk, will this be the final segment when we come back?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. And then, Pilt, can you find me a little Phil Collins "Take Me Home" to play after we play the rejoiner?
Yeah. I got you.
Okay, yeah, do that. All right, little show, little meeting in the show here. More with TJ Long.
And now, the stunning conclusion.
Why is everyone screaming?
On 94.3 The Game.
TJ Long is a great lover of music. TJ and I will text each other when we hear a great 80s or 90s tune. This is Phil Collins. He's been nominated to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Since we don't have Mark Miller here today, because Miller's not staying this late to do this show on a random day unless he can hawk some kind of project or something, we're going to go with TJ Long here. Fair or foul? Phil Collins, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, TJ.
Fair. Very fair.
Okay. Very fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to say foul that he's not already in. I mean, the lead singer of Genesis, as long as he was, and then his solo career.
He's in with Genesis.
Okay.
He's in with Genesis. So let me run through some of the others here. Pilk, you and TJ feel free to sound off. I agree with you. Phil Collins, a huge star, should be in. Black Crowes, I say yay because I like the Black Crowes. I like their tunes. Pilk?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm in.
All right, TJ?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if there's a limit how we can put in. We're just going to do what we want. Jeff Buckley. I've heard of Jeff Buckley. I'm not familiar with his work, as Shaquille O'Neal once said on Inside the NBA. And I'm not going to apologize for it, unlike Shaq did that time. So I say, since I know of Buckley, but I don't know enough about him, so I say just because based on that, no for me. You guys have any complaints with that?
No, I'm kind of in the same boat on that one.
I know one of his songs, he does a really good version of Hallelujah, and it's actually probably the most famous version, but other than that, I couldn't name anything he sings. I first heard it actually when they were doing the tribute video at the first home Red Sox game after the Boston Marathon bombing. But other than that, I couldn't name you a thing he says, so I'm going to go no.
Leave it to Pilk. You ask him what time it is, he tells you how to build a watch. All right, let's see here. About Mariah Carey. Now, I know we're getting into rock and roll and meaning and words mean things, but if it's a music hall of fame, let's face it. Mariah Carey, a huge star, so I say yes. Not my cup of tea necessarily, but I acknowledge that Mariah Carey's an enormous global star. So I say yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Not happy about it. Melissa Etheridge, I'd say she's a bubble team for me. That's what I would say. I don't know if she needs to be in with this group. I mean, we're talking about true superstars here, and I think the Black Crowes are a little on the bubble-ish. So
Yeah,
I'll take them over Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah, Hall of very good.
I'm with TJ.
All of very good. Let's see. Lauryn Hill, the Fugees, but one album, and she's made a living off that one album. I say no to Lauryn Hill. That's just me.
I'm with you. I mean, one hit wonder, one album wonder to me is not enough.
All right.
Yeah, she's got a great voice.
Oh, TJ here, kind of
Yeah.
on the edge there. All right. Never mind you, TJ Long. Billy Idol, I say yes.
Oh,
How's
100%.
Billy Idol not in? Icon, Billy Idol. In Excess, I say yes. In Excess, great band.
Great band.
Great band. Yeah, would still be going strong had the guy not had his unfortunate situation where he died. Iron Maiden, I don't know enough about them. They're the third time on the ballot. But I'm going to say based on some of these other people that, yes, let's put Iron Maiden in. Because there are guys, TJ, from Eastern North Carolina that wore the Iron Maiden T-shirts in Eastern North Carolina that you and I grew up with. So I say yes.
They'd wear that and the old painter's hats. Absolutely.
Yeah, they would. All right. Joy Division, New Order. I'm not, again, not familiar enough with what's going on there. New Edition. No.
I think there's better bands from that era.
Yeah. Oasis, no. Pink, maybe.
I could see putting Pink in. Pink's pretty iconic despite her, brain
I've
being
got these
gone.
last four that I say are all in instead of Pink. So,
All right.
Sade.
Yes.
Smooth Operator. And just based on that song, she should get it. We don't want Lauryn Hill based on one album, but we'll put Sade in on one song because that song is killer. Smooth Operator. Shakira, for no other reason than it's Shakira and her hips don't lie. So put Shakira in. Do you guys
for
agree?
for hips telling the truth.
Yes, for truthful hips. Put Shakira into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Luther Vandross, sports tie-in, one shining moment. For that reason alone,
Yeah.
put Luther in the Hall of Fame. Am I off base here, guys?
I don't
Am
think
wrong
so.
about any of this? Okay.
Hey, it's the song I look forward to hearing the most every year.
It's great. Luther. Play
Patrick,
Luther, get in the
you're
mood.
never up. You're in bed.
I watched it when they posted it the next day on X.
Yeah.
All right, and then Wu-Tang. Now, this will anger a lot of people in our audience, but I say yes, Wu-Tang's iconic. TJ, right? Wu-Tang is not my cup of tea, but game-recognized game with the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I was just starting out teaching when and my kids would just about drive me crazy with Wu-Tang stuff. They're like, Coach Long, you got to listen to this. And so I got familiar with it, whether I wanted to or not. But yeah, there's a couple that have I've come to know. There's a couple of their verses that are all time, best, arguably best verses in hip hop history.
All right, Pilk, are we?
Yeah,
right
I'm
or
going.
wrong?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
All right, there we go. We didn't need Mark Miller. Who needs Mark Miller?
See, I got a question for you guys. Why is anybody allowed in the Rock and Roll Hall? Shouldn't we have we have a country music Hall of Fame? Why isn't there not like a rap Hall of Fame? Like these people, yes, by the criteria and what we've set, deserve to be in. But truthfully, when you say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like why are some of these people not in the pop or the hip hop Hall of Fame? Like,
well, because there's not one that exists. But I'll say this. I know a lot of people get hung up on the words with that. For me, it's like popular music Hall of Fame.
yeah,
What would be considered, or just music Hall of Fame.
that's really what it is.
But I mean, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just sounds cooler. Anything rock and roll is cooler, right?
I agree.
agree
Some
on
people
that.
would say it's noise pollution, but me and AC/DC say it's not.
Yeah, whoever would say that, foolish, absolutely foolish. It is letter winners weekend. Let's Pilk. What do we got on time here?
We got
a
about a little under 6 minutes left.
Okay, let me play a couple cuts here. This was Mike Swartz after the win last night.
Dimitri today didn't have his best game throughout the game, but steps up and makes 3 free throws. Jordan had some plays that I know he wants back, but he just continued to chop the wood, and I think that's how we were able to play until it was all zeros and find a way to win.
And then Jordan Riley, 27, tied his career high with 6 steals.
Just a will to win. Again, everybody on the same page with me, just wanted to win. And, we got 3 games left to pretty much make an impact and try to get into this conference tournament at the same time. So that's why I came out there, I won't say angry, but just came out there determined.
You know what? We were just talking about Jordan Riley. I mean, dude's a stud. I'd hate to try to have to. Here's what they've resorted to, TJ, and you've seen it. They don't guard him anymore. They just beat the hell out of him.
Yeah,
they foul him so much they're going to force the officials to get to a point where they're going to quit calling fouls.
Yeah, and they
get
try
tired of calling fouls.
just trying to wear him down because he's playing 39, 40 minutes a game, and he does a lot. He expends a lot of energy. So yeah, they're just trying to bang him and beat him to death and get him worn down.
If he was, he does belong in the NBA. You know why? Because unlike these prima donnas who are in the NBA now, he'll play every night.
Yes.
And won't be out for rest. Could you imagine Jordan Riley missing a game for rest?
No.
No.
I could not. It is letter winners weekend for basketball. A lot of the greats, close to 4 dozen, will be there on Sunday for the basketball game. A lot of the great ECU players from over the years will be back. It's going to be an awesome time. TJ Long with us. TJ has spearheaded that. We love having TJ on. Thank you for coming into the studio today. It's great to have you here with us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
So, is there anything with the events of the weekend? I know before the game and the Pirate Club Social, a lot of the guys will be up there. There's something for some guys affiliated with the program on Saturday night, but it's going to be kind of in town. I'll let you talk about that to the extent you want to. But pardon me, as far as just everything this weekend, what are some of the kind of highlights of this get-together?
So Saturday, we are going to go over to practice. I believe they get through with practice around 11:30. That's kind of a floating time, and so we'll go over there and have a chance to meet the players, talk to them, as they're kind of coming off the practice floor and hang out for a little while. Maybe some guys will get up some shots. I would bet that would be the case after practice. We don't play anymore because knees stop working after a while. It's like we all still have a little bit of an accelerator, but our brakes are gone. So that's a bad combination. So we'll do that. Then several players, it's kind of a team specific. One of the teams is getting together for a dinner. It's kind of open to anybody, but it's specifically kind of a team doing that. And then on Sunday, we'll have lunch. We'll get a chance to hang out and visit again there. And then we walk over to Harvey Hall, where we'll be introduced, I guess, to the Pirate Club members in the pregame, and Coach Schwartz will come in there and speak, and we'll do that. And then we'll go down to the court for the game. And I think at halftime, they'll recognize us and have us out on the court during halftime of the Memphis game.
Awesome stuff. TJ, what you've done is a great thing. I hope it continues to gain steam and gain some momentum, and we will see. Memphis is coming in. They'll play later tonight, but they have really come in. A ton of money in their NIL and in their operations, but they have underachieved drastically this year. The mix has just not worked. And they're going to come in. Are they more talented than ECU? Probably. But I have a feeling East Carolina is really going to play and lay it all out on the line, and they'll play their hearts out. And I think it's going to come right down to the wire again.
I think it'll be close. I had a buddy who coached in Memphis, not at the University of Memphis. He is a college coach, but he was living in Memphis, and he called me one time and he said, what you don't understand is in talk radio in Memphis is Memphis basketball all the time. And it is what dominates the talk radio in that market. And I can't imagine that there are very many happy people in Memphis right now.
Yeah. TJ, great to see you, man.
Great to see you guys
this weekend. Thanks to TJ. Thanks to Shane Winkler. We'll be preempted for baseball tomorrow, but back Monday from Tiebreakers for a fresh edition of the Patrick Johnson Show. I'll see you this weekend. ESPN Plus for baseball Friday, basketball with Memphis and ECU on Sunday, and on ACC Network Extra for Duke softball at 12:30 on Saturday. Busy weekend. All right, thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay dry. We'll catch up with you next week on the PJ Show.